In the tapestry of our cosmos, few visitors are as renowned or mysterious as Halley's Comet. Every 76 years, this icy wanderer returns from the distant chill of our solar system's outskirts, painting the night sky with hues of otherworldly wonder. But Halley's Comet is more than just a celestial spectacle. Its ethereal glow has ignited imaginations, sparked prophecies, and driven scientific breakthroughs across millennia. Join me as we embark on a celestial journey that is as much a voyage through human history as it is through the stars. Let's start with a question that echoes through time. What exactly is Halley's Comet? Scientifically speaking, it's a periodic comet. Imagine a visitor that dines with the stars, but prefers to stay in its own corner room. Halley's Comet dances around the sun in a sprawling, elongated path. This journey takes it far beyond Pluto's domain and then back into our inner solar system, making every return a fresh spectacle. But the true star of the show is the comet itself. Picture a cosmic kite, miles wide, composed of ice, rock, and dust. As it nears the sun, this frozen visitor begins to awaken. The warmth melts its icy exterior, creating a glowing haze around its nucleus, which we call the coma. And when the sunlight glints off its volatile gases, it forms a tail stretching millions of kilometers into space. While modern science can track Halley's path with precision, the comet's name echoes a story of discovery from centuries past. Meet Edmund Halley, an English astronomer born in 1589. He studied the heavens, not just as a scientist, but as an artist, mapping the stars and charting their positions. His work laid the groundwork for a new understanding of our universe. Then in 1705, Halley did something truly remarkable. He predicted the return of a comet that had graced our skies in 1531, 1607, and 1682. Using the laws of gravity, proposed by Isaac Newton, Halley calculated its path with such accuracy that when the comet returned in 1758, it was named in his honor. But Halley's Comet had already woven itself into the fabric of human history long before Halley set eyes on it. Our journey back in time to understand these stories begins in ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of many human tales, including those of the cosmos. It was here among the Babylonians and Assyrians that the first written records of Halley's Comet emerged. On clay tablets bearing faded cuneiform script, they described a fiery star with a long tail that heralded omens of war or death. Their observations weren't just about charting the heavens. They wove these astronomical events into their mythology, each appearance becoming a tale whispered around campfires, shaping their culture and beliefs. As we cross over to China, we find a rich tradition of astronomy, where scholars weren't just observing the stars, they were keeping meticulous records. The Honshu, a historical text dating back to 87 BCE, contains a fascinating account of a comet resembling. It was described as a harbinger of heavenly change, often marking significant shifts in power or dynasty. This wasn't just a scientific record, but a cultural one. The Chinese were keenly aware of the cyclical nature of history and the cosmos. So when a comet appeared, it wasn't just an astronomical marvel, it was a message. Japan, deeply influenced by Chinese culture, also developed its own interpretation of this celestial visitor. In 684 CE, when the comet made another grand entrance, Japanese chronicles noted that it was accompanied by a celestial dog. They believed that the comet was a divine broom sweeping away evil, bringing hope for a better future. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the majestic temples of Greece, the ancient civilizations of Europe were also captivated by the comet's enigmatic presence. In Egypt, the appearance of Halley's Comet coincided with the reign of Ptolemy XIII, a pharaoh whose lineage traced back to the legendary line of pharaohs. Greek philosophers and astronomers, from Aristotle to Ptolemy, recorded the comet's return. But it was until the Middle Ages that the West would weave its own tales around this celestial visitor. The year was 1066, a pivotal moment in English history. On October that year, a battle was fought on the plains of Hastings, forever changing the course of England. And what was the omen that foretold this monumental clash? You guessed it, Halley's Comet. Imagine the scene. A medieval English town. People gather around, staring at the sky. There, cutting across the cosmos, is a comet. A fiery streak that seems to presage a world turned upside down. For the English, it wasn't just a comet. It was a harbinger of fate. It foretold the demise of King Harold Godwinson and the rise of William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy. And let's not forget the tale that intertwines Halley's Comet with the very essence of Christianity, the Star of Bethlehem. Revered Christians believe that this star guided the three wise men to the birthplace of Jesus Christ. Some scholars speculate that this miraculous occurrence could have been none other than Halley's Comet. If true, it's a cosmic coincidence that has echoed through millennia. During the Islamic Golden Age, Persian scholars were making significant strides in astronomy. Figures like al-Biruni and al-Sufi didn't just observe Halley's Comet. They charted its movements and tried to understand its nature, laying the groundwork for modern astronomical thinking. In India, ancient astronomers saw comets as celestial messengers. They were called Dhumketu, meaning smoke banners. These celestial visitors were often seen as harbingers of change, sometimes signaling royal misfortunes, and other times indicating important births or events. It was believed that the comet's cosmic tail pointed towards the celestial abode of the god Vishnu. The timing of a comet's appearance often coincided with important Hindu festivals and rituals. These celestial guests were integrated into local traditions. Fast forward to Mesoamerica, and the story continues. The Maya, Aztec, and other indigenous cultures saw Halley's Comet as a divine omen. Glyphs on ancient monuments and manuscripts depict the comet with a burning heart, suggesting life and renewal. It was associated with gods like Kukulkan, who brought knowledge and civilization. When the comet returned, it was a reminder of the cycle of creation and destruction, urging the Maya to honor the cosmic balance. For the Inca, Halley's Comet was tied to their belief in a cyclical cosmos. When the comet appeared, it was seen as a sign of renewal, a celestial reminder of their creation myths. In East Asia, the arrival of a comet was not merely an astronomical event, but a cultural milestone. The Chinese, Koreans, and Japanese saw it as a symbol of transformation, often linking it to figures from their mythology. It was believed that the comet swept away the old to make way for the new. But it wasn't just the heavens that drew the attention of ancient observers. On the ground, they noticed something equally intriguing: the emergence of shooting stars. They marveled at how these fiery specks seemed to spring from the depths of space, leaving fleeting trails of light in their wake. This celestial fireworks display became part of folklore. Some indigenous cultures saw these shooting stars as the spirits of fallen warriors returning home. They believed that these celestial sparks carried the souls of ancestors, linking the earthly realm with the afterlife. As we delve deeper into the human response to Halley's Comet, it's essential to remember that every culture wove its own narrative around this celestial visitor. In Africa, among the Dogon people, Halley's Comet was associated with amphibious beings who brought knowledge of agriculture and celestial navigation. The story doesn't end there. Throughout history, countless cultures have left their celestial mark on our understanding of the cosmos. The Maori of New Zealand saw comets as powerful celestial weapons used by their gods. In Australia, Aboriginal tribes interpreted comets as the spirits of ancestors or wandering souls. The Inuit of the Arctic believed that comets were portals to the spirit world, guiding the souls of the departed. So why are these stories so important? Because they reveal that no matter where we are in the universe, we all look up to the same sky. Halley's Comet was not just an astronomical phenomenon, it was a cultural ambassador, carrying messages and myths across continents and through time. With each passing century, the scientific understanding of Halley's Comet has deepened. In 1986, a fleet of spacecraft, including ESA's Giotto, pursued the comet. They returned the first close-up images of the comet's nucleus, revealing its complex beauty. Modern technology allows us to chart its path with precision, yet the awe and wonder that this comet inspires remain unchanged. And as we gaze at its approaching glow, we are reminded that beneath the layers of ice and dust lies a story that is as much ours as it is the stars. And when it returns in 2061, it won't just be a spectacle, it'll be a homecoming. What do you find most captivating about Halley's Comet? Is it the scientific mystery, the cultural tales, or the promise of its return? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to hit subscribe, so you never miss out on new adventures through space and time. Until next time, keep looking up. The cosmos has stories waiting to be discovered.